Holy is God, holy is the Lord God Almighty. Thank you, my people, for joining me once again. I have got a message. It's a water message, a water problem. So it goes like this. I was just having a discussion with the Lord, about Zimbabwe. That's what we talk about these days mostly. And I was talking about the rural folks, and I was talking to him about the rural votes, the rural voters. And then the Lord suddenly said to me, you know what? If you care about the rural voters, or if you want to keep the rural voters, you need to build big reservoir of water, multiple small dams, and many big mega dams across the country that will keep water and even underground water. However, you can keep water as much as possible. Harvest water. Get into a water harvesting season. For how long? It doesn't matter. Even for the next 5 years, as long as there is space somewhere, as long as there is capacity to store water, store the water. That's what God said to me. He just, when he spoke, some was just like some was just listening to me thinking about rural development. It's like there's only one thing that can keep any political party safe in the future. It is water. So now I do believe, therefore, that this is a prophetic word. In the future, we will have drought. Okay, it's not the really prophetic because climate change already tells us that we will have periods of floodings, periods of droughts, of heat, of fires. So it's a no-brainer, But for the Lord to say it to me, it means that, well, it's a serious thing. Some people are climate change deniers. Okay, and if God says it to me, then I get to say that no, climate change is real. So it does mean, therefore, that as a country, okay, as any country for that matter, I like which country that not the Philippines, not Malaysia. What's the other name? I forgot. This other country, this guy, my favorite president, he actually built a lot of dams in his country. Let me check. I can just easily forget about the globe. It is I'm looking for Indonesia. Yes, the Indonesians, they've got a lot of rivers that they built. So now it goes to show that water is going to be very important in the future. It's already short. There's a short supply of water in multiple areas in the world already. And if we dig up wells, as we're doing, not wells, if we keep on what do you call it? We are drilling too much boreholes in Zimbabwe. Therefore, we're depleting the reservoirs, the aquifers. So that will be problematic. You see, there's no water in Harare, there's no water in many parts of the country, and now I see there's this rush for borehole drilling, which I think is unsustainably in the future. You need boreholes in a country, but not too much. The whole country cannot drill boreholes. Otherwise, we will deplete the water underground, and we will cause the land to sink. If you overdo it, the land can sink even in cities. So we need to be careful with that and really keep as much water as possible. It's going to be very necessary in the future, and it's going to be a differentiator if you have got a food security or not. Because without water, it's not only about drinking water, it's also about farming water. If we have got a lot of water in store, we can use that water for irrigation or some other forms of farming. Let's just say there is a 3 or 4 year drought, but we have got enough water to sustain us in those 3 or 4 years, we can still be farming. And another important thing that I believe we need to be looking at is afforestation. Zimbabwe is heavily deforested at the moment. People are cutting trees and not planting them back. We need to plant as many trees as possible so that during times of flooding, okay, during times of flooding, we do not have this unnecessary soil erosion, and so it's necessary that we do that. What else was I thinking? To plant trees, to build water reservoir, and yeah, we need to prepare for fires, because the climate change is going to bring a lot of fires. So you need to be prepared for that by having water all over the place, all over the country. Okay, if we have got water all over the place, there's a fire, there's something to use to extinguish the fire, to understand. And yeah, we need to be thinking like that in terms of climate change as modern day governments, because I think that in the future economies are going to make it or break it depending on their preparedness on the climate change front. So yeah, this is it. I feel like I forgot 1 or 2 points. Maybe I should have written them down. There's 1 or 2 things that I was thinking of saying, but I have forgotten them. If I remember, I will say it in the next video. Thank you for watching.